Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Conversations to Raise Vibrations. My name is Lisa Kelly, and I am always joined by the beautiful Elvira Hopper. Hello.
Hello, hello.
Right off the bat, I'm hoping the internet's going okay because it has been a little choppy. So let's hope it's okay. If you are watching live, we love you. Please, we love to see comments as always. So, post your comments. Let us know who you are. If you're watching later, no problem. Just hit hashtag replay and let us know what you love about this conversation. And if you're so inclined, please hop over to our YouTube channel and just hit that button to like, share, and subscribe. We would love to have you on there as well. We're trying to get this message out to as many, thousands and thousands of women that need to hear it, because we are here to change the world. And I do believe that this is a movement that we're doing. So please share away. So today, we are super excited. I'll just be super vulnerable. I came on with Elvira kind of low, and some stuff happened this morning, which not a big deal, but it was just some stuff happening, and it just felt like I couldn't catch my breath. And Elvira said, "What's going on? I'm feeling like it's a little low." And I'm like, "Yeah, it is, but I'm trying to get myself up." And then she read this beautiful card. So this is going to be our springboard conversation for today. So Elvira, did you want to start by reading the card? And
Yeah,
then
I will do that. Thank you,
Perfect.
Lisa. So this is the card that I pulled. It's beautiful. It's called, it's number 26. So for anybody, if that's an 8, 8 is very magical. And here it is right here. And just going to read it to you. If you can't read that, it says the universe wants to co-conspire with you. Okay, so the universe is on your side, and that's kind of an indigenous symbol there. I think it's like a dream catcher. And interestingly enough, I'm doing a lot of well, I mean, I won't go into it right now, but I'm going to an indigenous event on Friday that I was invited to by a beautiful luxury indigenous designer globally, who I've become fast friends with, and I do adore her. Shout out to her, Angela de Montenay. And I just feel like this whole, one of my big passions is to want to help the indigenous people take back their power, because especially in Canada, the Catholic Church colonists, they took the power away from the indigenous, and they've been in such a dark place, and there's generational trauma there. And sorry, I'm just taking a bit of an aside here just for a second. And I want to see them get their power back, and so that they can raise their voices and we can implement their indigenous wisdom, because the indigenous people of the world have the answers to save Mama Gaia, and we need to listen. And so that is one of my big passion projects. So thank you for listening to that little aside. But this was indigenous.
I'm so excited Tori Joe is on here, because Tori, we were just talking about you in the studio, and I said, this is perfect for me. I needed this. And I think all the light workers that are trying to, so I think today is perfect for you, Tori Joe. At least I hope it is. I shouldn't put words in your mouth.
Yeah. Awesome. So I'm going to read the card. The universe wants to co-conspire with you, Tori Joe, and everyone else, and you, Lisa. Okay. So whatever your biggest dream is, you've been handed it for a reason. I got chills for you, Tori Joe. And once you move forward, no matter how fast or how slow, you will be met more than halfway. The universe is your co-conspirator, waiting to partner up and make it happen. Our next level of conscious evolution is not competition, but synergy. Your role is to simply provide your greatest gifts for the greatest number of people, and then join with others who want to provide their own gifts in cooperation with you. As you share your dream, a clarion call is sent out for others to join you as mentors, allies, and venture partners. It almost seems too easy, but it's not. These divine cosmic appointments are already scheduled for you. And now the cosmic catalyst question is, what attributes would make the perfect partner for my greatest dream? How can I stay open to see the possibilities as they arrive? And then the cosmic checkbox is the invitation to make a list of all potential partners who have even more to gain by your dream succeeding than you do.
I love it.
How
I
great
love
is
that.
that? How
Yeah,
great is
it's
that?
just so great because, we were talking again in the studio that we have this perfect picture image of the way we want things to go, in our business or whatever it is we as light workers and new business owners or, whatever your dream is. We have the
Mm.
way we think it should go. It's going to go like this. It's going to go like this. Then I'm
Mhm,
going to do
mhm.
this. Then I'm going to do this. And we're kind of forgetting about the co-creation part, right?
Yes,
We're
yes.
creating, but we're forgetting about the co-creation and what's best for our higher self as well.
Mm.
Because what we might think, the universe has eyes on everything. We have eyes here.
Yeah.
And so the universe can see that's not going to go well for your higher self. This is going to be better, right? And
Yeah,
usher
yeah.
it in. And so, yeah, Tori Joe says, "Oh, goosebumps and tears of gratitude." I knew you would love this,
Aw,
Tori Joe.
yeah.
And I was saying to Elvira just yesterday, I had pulled from my deck, which goes along exactly with this. So I think you'll read. I'll just read the beginning of
Yeah,
these.
yeah.
This is from the Mother Mary Oracle
Oh,
card deck,
that's beautiful.
which is also similar. It's the same author, Alana Fairchild, as that writes Sacred Rebel that I pull from. This one is Our Lady of Becoming. My beloved child, you are a divine flower preparing to bloom. You belong in the divine garden and you will blossom into radiance. I have declared it and it will be so. You shall thrive and be nourished into life. Your uniqueness and beauty shall not be hidden from the world, obscured by veils of fear and shame. I am the holy hand unveiling your secret light that it may pour forth in the grace that heals the world. I like that. This is your
Mm.
this is your destiny and it will be so. Now, when I pulled this card, two of them fell out.
Oh,
So, that radiated with me already. But then this one, which I haven't read to you, Our Lady of Growth Assured. There is a beautiful manifestation which you have long desired coming to fruition now. It is important to the well being of your own soul and the healing of our world that you have patience and allow this birth to happen at the best timing. If it happens too soon or too late, there will be unnecessary complications. I will take care of the timing, and as you trust me, you will find the birth of your dream happens naturally and with great joy.
mm. Love
Right?
that. Love that. Oh, that's
I was
gorgeous.
like, now if that
You
isn't
can't make this shit up, as we like to say on my team. Yeah.
right? Like,
Yeah.
if that isn't confirmation that,
Mm.
and this is for everyone that's hearing this, because obviously whoever's on this is
Yeah.
meant to hear this
Yeah.
as well. So, when we talk about the healing of the world, these aren't just for me. Like,
Yeah.
this wasn't just for me. I'm sharing it with all of you that are
Yeah.
listening.
Yeah.
Therefore, there is something in that for you as well.
Yeah.
And if we think about that, our manifestation is coming to fruition. This is the co-creation piece, right? Of just allowing it to be so and letting it go. That's our work.
Yeah. That
That's
rhymes.
that's
Allowing it to be so and letting it go.
allowing it to be
Yeah.
so, right? And
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
having that attachment. And that's the
Yes.
piece that I know that's my work. I know I
Yeah.
have to work on that.
Yeah.
Doesn't
Yeah.
mean I don't do anything, the coaching
Mhm.
program we're developing, I'm still working away on that. And I doesn't mean I sit
Looks
back.
amazing. Looks
And
amazing. Yeah.
yeah, and the universe does that. It
Yeah.
means I still continue the work because then I'm inspired, because as
Yes.
I'm
In
working, I'm
spirit,
inspired.
inspired. Yeah.
Yeah, in spirit, inspirato. And, it just, and then you're co-creating. It's
Yes.
not, you're just not alone thinking you got to do it alone.
Yeah.
What I find, and I don't know, you can tell me how you feel, but when I feel myself starting to take control of everything, that's when things slow down.
Yeah.
Does anybody resonate to
Yeah.
that? Tori Joe said,
Yeah.
"I knew I needed to be with you ladies today." Yeah, it's for you too. This message is for you. But does that resonate with you? Like, when you feel like you're doing all the control, things become work.
Oh, it becomes shit.
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
when I let go, that's the only way to go.
Mm,
Seriously.
mhm.
It's especially for big stuff. I'm going to repeat this. I know I've shared it before, but my mentor, my dear beloved mentor, AG Morishita says, when you decide something is yours, when you really want it, when it resonates with you and you know it's yours, you set the intention, you make a decision, that's mine. You punch a hole in the universe, and then the universe comes to fill it with the how it's done,
Yeah.
right? You
Yeah.
get to co-create with spirit, but spirit's got the wheel. Like
Yeah.
you're right there next to spirit, right? But
Yeah.
spirit's got the wheel, and you don't have to worry about the how, because spirit, you're going
Yeah.
to be shown all the steps. And so that's what people get stuck in. As soon as they hear something or they think, I'm supposed to do something, well, how's that going to happen? How, right?
Yeah.
I remember working with Janet at the beginning. She's like, well, how's that going to happen? How's that going to happen? I'm like, you need to surrender and
Yeah.
know that the how is in the divine's hands.
Yeah.
And you just literally have to take care of yourself, your vibration, stay in your high vibration, authentic self, higher self, however you want to call it, divine self zone. And you're going to be co-creating with spirit. You'll get the downloads, you'll get the inspiration. And if you're in a low vibration, as we call it, crap magnet zone, you're going to be stuck in the muck, and
Yeah.
ego's going to run your show, and shit's going to happen in your life because you're
Yeah.
not in your higher self zone, and
Yeah.
it's going to take longer. So the more we can release what we don't need, which is having a control, having to be like a perfect person, needing things to be our way, right? Like that's a lot of us, right? Like that was me in my corporate life. I was in control. I was doing everything. It was all about me. And yeah, I made money. I made six figures, right? But I was hollow on the inside.
Mhm.
Thank God I left that way of being to
Mhm.
become who I am today, which is
Mhm.
surrendered at rock bottom. I got a system that saved my life. It's my duty now to share it with the world. And I'm not doing it by myself. I've got an incredible team that surrounded me, just like that card said. When you know what it is you're supposed to do, you can surrender, and the
Yeah.
universe brings you the team. I got my team. I'm so
Yeah.
blessed to say.
Yeah. And you know what? And I really believe that about the people that I've met along the way, specifically in this group, like
Yeah.
Tori Joe, you. I
Yeah.
feel like one day we're all going to be together. Tell me if
Oh,
you guys
yes.
feel this. I do. I feel this
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
now. And we're all going to be performing our magic together
Mm.
at some center, at some.
Yes.
I feel it.
Yes.
I
Tori
just,
Joe's got a retreat center that's going to
yeah,
be, focusing on light workers. I
well,
have
we're
11
there
global
then.
retreat centers that are going to be serving at the highest level. You're going to be speaking with Joe Dispenza there. And that's what that just feels good. That just feels right. And I know that
Yes.
it's not my timing and my agenda. It's the universe's timing
I
and
know.
agenda, because we can't see the whole movie, right? The
Mhm.
universe sees the whole movie. We just see what we see, right? Like you explained it earlier, with the we
We've got two eyes,
two,
right? There's
yes,
little
yes,
two eyes in the front of us. This is here. The universe has eyes on everything.
everything, yeah.
Entire world.
So if
Yeah.
things aren't happening the way you want, thank you. Like sometimes when, there's that old expression, thank God for unanswered prayers. What you wanted wasn't meant to happen because the
Yeah.
universe had a bigger plan. Oprah Winfrey said it best when she said,
Amen.
the universe had a much bigger plan than I could have ever dreamed. No, the universe had a much bigger dream for me than I could have ever dreamed for myself.
Yeah.
She totally surrendered at her rock bottom, and all these amazing things started happening in her life. And look at her now, right? She's one
Yeah.
of the most incredible women on the planet.
I know.
So that's what happens when we surrender, and it does take a lot of faith, but we got to do it, right? And this is a movement of women that you've got this incredible group of
Yeah.
20,000 plus women that want to make the second half of their life, or as I like to say, the rest of your life, the best of your life, right?
Yeah.
They're here to recreate themselves. They're here, not even recreate. I believe it's to connect to who they truly are and make the difference they were born to make and connect to the right people, right? A lot of them have lost spouses that were just gifts of contrast. Those spouses showed them what they didn't want, so that
Yeah.
now they get to, create what they do want, is to
Yeah.
have a loving partner, because they show up in a different way. They're going to attract a different partner. And that's what excites me about this program with you, Lisa, is that So many of these amazing women, they have ideas for businesses, or they want to attract the right partner. They just know that they're here for more and they just don't feel good.
Yeah.
Well, there's another place to be, and that's in community where you can do this work together and you get to rise up to be your best self, your, as I like to call it, your aligned, authentic, fully self-expressed self. And when you're
Yeah.
that self, you're going to attract great things in the form of business, in the form of relationships, in the form of happiness and health, right? This is what we get to be. And I love that we get to do this together, Lisa.
I know. Me too. It's so exciting. Tori Joe says, micromanaging is the end of all manifestations.
Oh my
I am
God, thank
open,
you. She always has the best, most wise
I
things to say. Yes.
love that. I am open to the creation and saying yes to what resonates, not worrying about the how anymore, just trusting in the journey and surrounding myself with inspiration like you two. Oh,
Whoop,
you know,
whoop.
it's so true. But I think that how, that micromanaging that Tori Joe was talking about, that's the control piece. And
Yes.
as soon as we go into the how or micromanaging, we've taken everything away from the universe. As you said, like, or AJ says, punch a hole in the universe.
Yep.
We've now closed that hole to the
Yep.
universe. And now we're working by ourselves again. And the
Yeah.
universe just sits back and says, okay,
Maybe
you're
she'll get it one day.
always ready. And then, we'll go. That doesn't, like, it's, I know Abraham Hicks talks about this too. And it doesn't mean, we are still human beings,
Yeah.
right? We're
Yeah.
still human. We still have this human dense body that we're walking around in, which, we still have this human mind, this dense mind that we're still, controlling us to some extent. And so when you're feeling the micromanaging, when you're feeling the how, when you're feeling kind of in the rut of it, shit, how is this going to happen? Like, that kind
Mm,
of thing. It's important to just feel where you are. That's the contrast that Abraham talked about. Okay,
yeah.
this is the contrast. I don't want to feel this how. I know
Yeah.
I don't want to feel it. I got to get out of this how. So here's your tools, whatever works for you to get out of it. I use a lot of Ho'oponopono.
Yeah.
I use a lot of, like, feeling it, knowing it's there, talking to it. Okay, I know I'm starting this again. I know it's here again. I
Hmm.
know it's fear, because it's just fear showing up. When we talk
Yeah.
about the
For
how,
sure.
it's just fear. So when you feel that fear, just feel it. Okay, I know you're here. It's okay. And it's okay is my favorite mantra. It's okay. We're going to work through this and use your tools to work through it. Just don't gloss over it and numb over it and
Yeah.
and move on. You're going to feel it from time to time. We are. It's
Yeah.
just, we're
We're
human.
human. We're human.
Yeah.
These are meat suits, right? We can't
Yeah.
help but be human. But those of us that choose to live consciously can really connect to the mind of spirit, God, source, universe, because we are consciously doing the work, right? So why do we want to control? Why do we want to micromanage? Trauma. The
Yeah.
trauma that I am not safe, I need to control everything, right? this is
Yeah.
this is what happens, right? And this is why we need to heal and grow, and this is why I
Yeah.
love the containers that we have right now. If I can just give a plug to the Love Your Vibe transformation, my mentors lead these amazing groups of people healing their trauma and growing to be their aligned, authentic, fully self-expressed selves. So it's trauma. We all have trauma. We all are people that have been raised by people that did the best they could, but there's so much generational trauma. They did their best, but their parents, weren't able to really support them. And backwards from that, their parents weren't able to support them. So this is what happens. But then it's up to us if we choose to be conscious and stop that cycle. And
100%.
and heal so that our
Yeah.
kids are better off as well. And that's
I was
another.
going to say, we owe it to our kids. We owe it
Yes.
to our future grandkids. We owe it to the world to heal
Mm,
our
to
generational
heal and
trauma,
grow. Yeah.
right?
Amen.
You
Amen.
not leave that sitting, because I'm telling you, even though you think, oh, I'm fine, right? People walk around and go, I'm fine. My husband's one of the big ones for
Yeah.
that. I'm fine.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with me. It's sitting at a cellular level.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we are energetic beings. Wherever you go, you bring that
Yeah.
trauma with you.
Yeah.
It's going out and it's emanating, whether you can see it or not, it is emanating into the world. So we owe it to the entire world to
Yeah.
heal our trauma, to
Yeah.
heal that generational trauma. And, I always say to people, I know you have your work, and with my work, we don't need to go into the specifics. That's the beautiful work with what I
Yeah.
do. I just need to ask, what happened to you when you were 3 years old? Because chances are you may or may not remember, but it doesn't matter. Your unconscious mind remembers. And that's where we go in and we reprogram and we heal. But really, in order for us to shine in this lifetime, we have to do our inner work. We
Yeah.
have to. Right? Tori Joe, I want to read this because I love this. She says, when she's feeling like that, like I just talked about, I stand up and visualize standing under a waterfall when those thoughts start. It's
Mm,
amazing. I love that. And you
nice.
know what I visualize? I visualize sitting at a beach with the waves
Oh,
flowing in. And so
nice.
there's something about water, it's cleansing, right?
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and then
Oh, that's
Tori
beautiful.
says, or MJ says, get out of the how hole. It's okay. Yes.
Yeah.
And
And you know what AG says? The how hole is a hell hole. So don't
yeah,
get caught in the how hole. Yeah,
it's true.
absolutely. Absolutely.
It
Yeah.
allows the brain to stop and connect into the energy, and the water releases the negative patterns. I love that. So even if you're just doing that energetically, that's probably why I go to the ocean in my visions, because I
Yeah.
feel that
Same.
ocean just very cleansing, right?
Yeah.
So, oh, I like that.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I love that. Yeah, the idea of the waterfall and just, washing it all away, that's a gorgeous, exercise. Thank you, Tori Joe, for reminding us of that.
I know, I love it.
Yeah, this is so beautiful, Lisa.
I
What an
know.
important conversation. Yeah, I just, I could talk all day about this. Yeah, and I'm so excited because speaking of retreats, my team and I are doing a retreat next week. So we're not going to have a conversation next week. The 14th happens to be
Yeah,
my daddy's, I think it's his 89th birthday in heaven. He's been gone for 10 years, but actually, yeah, 10 years. But we are going to be communing, my team and I. There's going to be 10 of us in total, and there's more, but they couldn't join us. And the place was small. But anyways, it's like, just being able to gather with the community where we're all on the
yeah,
same mission, which is helping, heart. We like to identify heart-centered humans to do their inner work, because heart-centered humans have been to dark places. They have been people pleasers. They have given away their power. They have had, faulty boundaries, or fuzzy boundaries. And the teachings and tools that came through me are for heart-centered people, because they helped me to take back my power so I didn't get bullied anymore. They
yeah,
helped me to rise and become everything I was meant to be, a jazz singer at 51, right? And this is what is possible for heart-centered humans. It's just one way of doing the inner work. You do it your way, Lisa, and it's beautiful. And Tony Robbins has his style, which didn't help me at rock bottom because I'd done his work, but it was very masculine energy, very in your face. Didn't work. I was meant to usher something new that was more feminine, that was more the gentle rain soaks. And that's why I'm so excited about my team and I coming together at this retreat next week. And Janet's in town. She actually lives in New Brunswick, but she's in town. So I get to squish her. I'm so excited. And and this is what, we don't have to do it alone, right? Just like that card
yeah,
said, just show up, and it's a clarion call. The right people will find you.
yeah,
And so that's what we have to do. We don't have to do it by ourselves. We don't have to micromanage. We
yeah.
can allow the universe to guide it. And that's what I've been blessed with. I get
I
to be a part of this amazing community, and I get to do this work with you. And I'm so inspired by the work that you do, that I know is just here to serve at a very high level.
Yeah, I think, every single person that I'm looking at right now on here, and I think Shonda is the one with says Facebook user. I think so. We're all here for a bigger purpose. She's
Yeah.
got an amazing story, and when she's ready, I know, like, I'd love to see her book. She's got an incredible story, and I know she works through some stuff, but she just said, I struggle with wasting 50 years in that hole. Gosh,
Mm.
to have the right words in motion to teach people way before 50. You know what? I just
Yes.
want to, yeah, it's true, but I want to comment on that because there are no mistakes,
Mm.
right? There are no wasting. We think of that, right? We're so many of us at 50, we're like, oh my God, I'm 50 and I'm nowhere near where I want to be. It's like too late, or I should have done this 10 years ago. Or there's no such thing as that.
Yeah.
Because if you believe in the universe, if you believe you have a higher power working with you, whatever you want to call that, source energy, God, whatever works for you, if you believe you have that, then there are no mistakes,
Yeah.
because That's divine creation. Okay. The universe is working for you, not against you. Universe knows exactly. It's like the card that I just read. Everything is in divine timing, right?
Yeah.
It cannot be, you have to have patience. If it happens too soon or too late, there will be unnecessary complications.
Yes,
You
exactly.
can't you can't think it's going to happen before 50
Yeah.
or after. It will happen exactly when it's meant to happen. And
Yeah.
that's how we need to start living. I truly
Mm,
believe we need to
yeah.
start. Well, my energy healer that I see, I use her, another amazing woman. She just lives like that.
Hmm.
That's okay. It was meant to be like that.
Yeah.
Oh, it was
Yeah.
canceled. Oh, then that's the way it was meant to go.
Yeah.
Like everything is just like that. There's
Yeah.
no, upset or, I should have done this. No, it was meant
Yeah.
to go exactly as it did. It's
Yeah.
perfect. The
Yeah.
universe is a freaking
It's
genius.
always perfect. Yeah. It's
Does
always
that every
perfect.
time. And I'm like, oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, why did I thank you. If I can just jump in and say, why did I struggle for 27 years, two inauthentic, healthcare careers? Because I was meant to have a breakdown and a breakthrough and show others it's never too late for them either, right? I mean, I just turned 60, okay? And I'm just getting started. I am so excited that the rest of my life is going to be the best of my life. And I think I'm just at midlife. I've heard people living to 120. I want to live to 120. So I'm only midlife right now. So you know what, wherever you are is perfect, like Lisa said, and just trust that the universe
Yeah.
has big plans for you because the universe does if you choose to tap into that. If you
Yes.
don't, you could die with your real music still in you. And to me, that would be a tragedy. And this
Yes.
is why I do what I do. I help people go from their, successful looking act one into their aligned, authentic, fully self-expressed act two, because that's
Yes.
where the magic and miracles happen. And it's only going to happen if you put in the work, if you
Yes.
choose to be conscious. So to Shonda, I just want to say, you know what? It happened perfectly because perhaps you're meant to show other women that it's never too late for them either. And
Yeah.
perhaps you can get them to do it sooner than you did because of your lessons. You get to help them to not have to stay in it, living inauthentically or with an abusive spouse or whatever it is that your specialty is. You get to help them do it faster.
Yeah.
That's the blessing in
Yeah.
when things come to us, later. It's because, in my humble opinion, like I became a jazz singer at 51, but if I talk to kids in their 20s now, I can help them with the mindset that they don't have to wait till 51. They can
Yes.
actually get it maybe in their 20s or 30s, right? So
Yeah.
this is what we get to do when we've gone through something, and
Yeah.
it's perfect. The universe wanted us for that purpose. So
Exactly.
Shonda, it's absolutely perfect. I just wanted to echo what you said,
It
Lisa.
is. And she's a beautiful writer. So I know, I know she has a book in
Yeah.
her, and I know
Yeah.
she's gonna write and is writing or whatever. But yeah. And Tori Jo says that is the most powerful perception ever. Yes. And MJ says 60 and fabulous,
Oh,
100%.
thank
Like
you.
it's so true. But this is how we need to be living every single day. And if you can remember this is how I do it. Is just you don't need to see the entire staircase. You need to see just one step. So just for today, take baby steps.
Yeah.
I just need to see here. Oh, today was perfect. This hour was perfect. If you're going hour by, I don't care how you're living right now. Sometimes you have to live hour by hour because
Yeah.
you just need to. But the main thing is you just know it's okay. Everything's divinely orchestrated.
Yeah.
Everything is in perfect timing. It's all happening exactly as it should right now. Yeah.
Yeah. Amen. Amen. Oh,
Yes.
I love that, Lisa.
Yeah. So
Woohoo.
amazing conversation as
Yes.
always. I love
Thank
it.
you for joining us, everyone. Mwah.
Oh, I love it. Honestly, you guys for joining us. I wouldn't want to be doing this without all of you here and
Yeah.
these conversations that we're having with you and the, connections that we're making every Wednesday. I love it so much. So I'm
Me
so
too.
grateful. Yeah, and I'm so grateful to you, Elvira, for being here and for
Oh, so
raising your
grateful too.
vibrations and helping us all to raise ours because I needed
Yes.
that too.
Well, and think about it. One final thought, had you not had that funk that I picked up on when you came on camera, I wouldn't have read that card and we wouldn't have had this conversation. So how perfect is it that you had that funk?
And how that's the divinely orchestrated we're
Yes.
talking.
Yes, yes. Oh, I got
Oh,
chills. That's so
yeah,
beautiful.
me too. Thank
Yay.
you. Thank you, everyone. We are so grateful, and as always, so we will not be here next Wednesday. So we will see you in 2 weeks from today. So until then,
Amazing.
um, have a wonderful week. Talk to you then.
Mm. Mwah.
Bye.
Bye.
3, 2,